Hey everyone, Yannick Martin here. Really quickly, I just wanted to create a brief video to go a bit more in depth about how to acquire your first, second, third, fourth, or fifth, and beyond client, right? So, as I've been talking to more agency owners or people who have been getting started, there's two things that I've noticed is their biggest problem. One is what is their offer, like what is it that they're going to sell, and then two is how do they go about acquiring clients, right? So if you see my previous videos, you should know that there's really four main ways to go about getting yourself a new client. That's paid ads, organic content, there's cold outreach, and there's warm outreach. So with that being said, I just wanted to go a bit more in depth and list out, the things such as speed to result, the daily volume required to hit your goal, what's the startup capital necessary in order, to get started. You don't want to start up with $40. Like if all you have is $40, I recommend just getting a sales job or something, learning and getting paid to learn. Difficulty in order to get those meetings, some of the limitations, and what's the scalability of this. Okay. So really quickly, let's dive in. So one of the first things that I recommend is paid ads. If you do have the funds for it, I recommend to get into paid ads. Why is the speed to results are generally speaking the fastest. You're able to go after people who are looking for your services. You're able to take predictable actions, and it's scalable, right? So if you have at least $500 to $750 a month, so that you can get 1,000 to 10,000 impressions daily, I recommend you get started, right? When people see that you're spending money on ads, it's taken a little bit more seriously because they know you're putting money behind what you're saying, right? It's just not you talking, you're putting the money behind it to say like, hey, this is serious. And again, you use the data that you get back in order to make informed decisions, right? So as you create your ad campaigns, it will let you know whether it's the content itself, the ad copy, your offer, the landing page. As you progress, the more and more that you do, the better you'll be able to get at funneling people through your funnel and to make them become a client. So what are some of the limitations, or why shouldn't you start off with paid ads? It costs money, obviously. If you're just getting started out, let's say you're in high school, or you just have no money, then spending $750 a month, which could go towards food or something, it's hard to do. So if you don't have money, it's going to be a problem. But on the light side, once you do have money, then it's very scalable, it's very predictable, and you can gain a lot of clients very fast with the proper funnel in place. So the next thing that we do have is warm outreach. And honestly, even before paid ads, I recommend you start with warm outreach. How do you start with warm outreach if you're just getting started in an agency space or you don't know anybody? Look, right here, you got an iPhone, okay? You got your iPhone, you got your Android, and within that phone is contacts, okay? You may not have talked to them in 10 years or whatever, but you're going to get this money. So today you're going to text every single person in your phone. That is the number one way to get started. When I got started, that's what took me from 0 to 12K, literally. Like just by texting the people in my phone, letting them know that I am, getting started with Facebook ads, lead generation, helping general contractors, helping landscapers, helping car detailers. I'm letting them know exactly what I'm doing. I'm not asking them for money. All I'm saying is, hey, can you recommend me to two people that either own a business or they know somebody who owns a business? If they're a friend of mine, if I was a good person in my past, they'll find somebody for me. They'll go out their way to find somebody. Damn, I don't know anyone, but I like this dude. I like what he's offering. I like what he's saying. Let me go ask around. Let me help him out. And even still, even if they're not the type of person to go out and fight for you, to get a sale for you, obviously most people won't do that. But when the time comes, when they hear their uncle, their cousin, their aunt, whoever say, yo, I need more sales, or I need this social media stuff, they'll be like, wait a minute, I know somebody who texted me specifically about that. And now that person is able to refer them to you. You give them a nice little commission, and then you go and make some money. All right. In addition to doing that, you do want to reach out to people who you've already reached out before. So if you're doing cold outreach, you need to follow up. The money is in the follow up. So many times people are like, yo, I'm doing volume. but they're not even following up to the people who have responded to them or people who haven't responded to them. Until you get a no, you really should keep following up with these people and just keep providing value. In terms of the startup capital, if this is something you're doing yourself, you're just going through your phone or just contacting people, going to network events, it could be as little as zero. If you're building a team with $3 hour virtual assistants, then it would be about $240 a month. So the difficulty to meetings, I'd say like easy to medium. The reason being is that they already know who you are. So especially if you have content, it makes it that much better, right? If you have content, if they know who you are, if you get a good recommendation from somebody who they know, then it makes it that much easier. The content allows you to nurture them as a lead so that by the time they hop on the call with you, they know exactly what you're selling. They would know how to do it themselves, but they just don't have the time. And they'll literally hop on the call with their credit card right here in front of the camera. Like, yo, don't talk to me. Just take this money. Let's make money. Okay. For scalability, I will give it a medium. It really comes down to just who do you know or who do your friends and family know? You know what I mean? So the more cold you do, that turns into more warm, and then you're able to do even more outreach on top of that. So now here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have $0, cold call, and it depends on your niche, obviously, right? If you're doing like general contractors, local service businesses, cold calling is probably better than email, right? These people usually just have their phone on them. They're going out to these job sites or whatever. They may not be checking email as much as the next person. For services like that, cold calling is great. So now if you're getting started, you have no money to invest in your marketing budget, start with cold calling. Cold calling is great, right? Ideally, you want to make at least 75 cold calls per day. You could use websites such as Apollo Lead Finder, D7 Lead Finder, my bad, or Apollo.io, and you can scrape a whole list of leads, throw it into Excel, get their name, number, and just start dialing. Okay. Again, the sweet spot, if you're doing it yourself, you want to do at least 75 cold calls a day, and also follow up with the people who you have called. Right. 9 months of cold calling for various offers, whether it's the ERC credit. I've done it for content marketing, and I've done it for a couple social media agencies, right? It sucks. I used to hate cold calling, bro, but it taught me so much. And it's just various things, man. Like you really have to be relentless until you hear a no. Don't give up, bro. Like I've had people where they've just hung up on me, bro. I'm calling back and saying, oh, I think we got, the call got interrupted or we disconnected or something. I'm calling back. Like you have to be relentless, bro. Until they say no, do not call me. That's fair game. Okay. So make those calls, make those follow-ups, and honestly listen to the person. That person that's talking to you, listen to them, hear what they're saying, understand how to handle their objections, and understand how the mechanism that you're trying to provide them can get them from where they want to be. Currently they're at A, right? And they want to get to Z, and you have the bridge that could take them there. Just let them understand that, okay? So for the startup capital, it could be as low as $0 if you're doing it yourself, or you could build a team of $3 hour virtual assistants. So that would be anywhere, about $240 per month for a virtual assistant to come in, work 4 hours a day for 5 days a week. And if you're ever looking for virtual assistants, go on Facebook groups, go on Upwork, check in there. You can find some pretty great assistants, virtual assistants. I would go for the Philippines. The voice just sounds great. Not too much of an accent, and people don't mind that Filipino accent. It's just not as strong, that's all. And the work is great. So for difficulty in meetings, I'd put it at a medium. Like as long as you get someone on that doesn't cut you off in 5 seconds, it's really not too hard. Like you can get a good amount of people. Because a lot of time, especially if you're doing it for these general contracting services, these local service businesses, if they're a painter, a plumber, a general contractor, they know what they know. They know how to be great at providing their service, but they might not know the sales things. And even if they do know the sales side, do they know the internet sales side of things? Do they know how to put together a cohesive plan to, be shown at a 360-degree way? So, and again, so where were we? Difficulty to meetings, I'd say medium. So yeah, limitations. In terms of limitations, again, it's time and labor intensive. So if you're making the calls yourself, you're going to be doing cold calls, right? That's the first thing. You're going to be doing cold calls, and then you're going to have to switch your SDR cap into, oh my God. So some of the limitations, again, it's time and labor intensive. You have to go from, again, if you're doing this with $0 and no team, you have to go from a sales development rep by making these 75, 100 calls if you got it in you. And then once you do book that meeting, to be ready to switch to an account executive, have your pitch deck ready already, and know how to be a salesperson, know how to, oh my God. In terms of the limitations, it's pretty time and labor intensive. You have to go from sales development rep making 75 to 150 calls per day. Then when you do book those meetings, being able to switch to an account executive and have their pitch deck already ready, right? So doing that yourself does get tiring, but it is a way to make money, okay? So don't take it off the table just because I said that. It's a great way to make money. And then how scalable is it? It's pretty low, okay? You need either yourself or you need to pay these other people to go in, call these people, get cursed out, sit here and no all day, So it's a good mechanism, but it's not some of my favorite, okay? If you're starting out, I do enjoy it. If you're able to build a team, then I do recommend it. But if it's just yourself, I do think it's a lot better to just go get a job, especially a sales job, and then pay virtual assistants and build a team, okay? This agency stuff, as you come to realize, it's all about building teams, and it's all about making standard operating procedures. That's really all it boils down to. Now here we have cold DMs, such as going on IG, Facebook, LinkedIn, right? Again, the speed to results is not too long, especially when you have content behind what you do. If you could DM 100 people cold, follow up with 50 per day, right, within 4 hours or so, send them a piece of content and get them into your ecosystem, eventually they're going to, as long as you're providing great content, eventually they're going to turn into a client. Now, if you do not have content, they can still turn into a client, but once they hop on that sales call, you're selling to them, right? When you have content, you're able to teach them and show them exactly what they want without taking time away from you. They're sitting there, they're understanding the process, you're answering their questions before they hop on that call. Now, once they do hop on the call, they already know everything. You've already educated them. So instead of you having to educate them again and sell, now you're able to just listen to them, listen to their problems, their wants, their needs, their fears, their desires, and then just sell. It makes it a lot easier when you do have content. I know a lot of these gurus will tell you you don't need content to sell. You're literally watching them. You're literally making content, right? So that's one thing I've learned. Content makes it a lot easier. Posting on Medium, like writing articles on Medium, writing articles on IG, having your Twitter personality, all that stuff, it really does help. So you can go yourself and DM 100 people cold and at least 50 people warm every day, or you could build a virtual assistant team. Again, I recommend the team. You save so much time. Like, go get a job, minimum wage, and your first hour pay pretty much for the 4-hour shift, okay? So again, don't do anything less than 100 DMs a day. If you're doing anything less than 100 DMs a day, you're disrespecting yourself, okay? Startup capital is pretty much zero outside of the accounts that you would need to make. So you probably just need to make different emails and different Instagram accounts, warm them up really quickly, and then you could swap between them and start sending out DMs, right? Difficulty to meetings, pretty medium. You can go ahead and have just a regular account, but obviously the more testimonials, case studies, and just seeing you as a human, not even trying to necessarily sell to them, but just generally them seeing you as a cool person, just in your element, someone who really loves what they're talking about, really is passionate about what they are doing, and they could see all that on a page. It makes it that much easier to help them convert when you're doing DMs, right? Some of the limitations, again, it's time and labor intensive. Either you're doing it yourself, and again, you have to go from SDR, trying to book all these meetings, and then turn into an account executive and, change up the pitch deck a little bit, things like that. Or if you do get a team, that's also some people that you do have to look over, make sure that they're hitting their KPIs every day. And again, if you have a team, that's going to take you only 15 minutes, but it still takes you 15 minutes. In terms of scalability, I will go with medium, okay? So cold DMs, I like them. It works. but I'll put it at a medium scalability. Next up, we have cold emails. Okay, speed to results, I'll give it a medium. If you're doing at least 500 to 650 plus emails a day, right? Volume negates luck when it comes to email. Some people like to do the sniper approach, see what works for you. Sniper approach, by that I mean go through Google, see who needs specifically what you're offering, and then you can go, let's say you're selling websites or something, whatever you're selling, have their website already done for them, have their logo on top of it, right? And then just send that to them. Send them some value. Instead of just sending them some cold email, make sure you're sending these people value. Personally, what I like to me, that just would take too much time, but what I like to do is just sending out volume. With volume, again, that negates luck. The more companies you're able to get in front of, the more they're able to see you. They can read the email, they can go to your website, they can go to your social medias, they can maybe see your YouTube. That gives them the opportunity to see your content. Oftentimes I'll hear so many people say, hey, cold email doesn't work. And I'll be like, how many emails do you send out a day? 50. Obviously, that shit's not going to work, bro. If you're sending out 50 emails and your competition is sending out 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 emails a day, who do you think is going to win? It's that simple. Even if you're sending out 50 heartfelt emails, you're providing value up front, you still might lose out to that person who's just sending volume just because they're able to get in front of you more. So now, what's the startup capital for this amount of emails? Again, when you're sending out emails, it could be anywhere from $50 to $300 to $500, right? Difficulty to meetings, I'd say, is about a medium. You could definitely get people on pretty quickly. I'd say within 30 days, honestly. Some of the limitations, and this is why doing cold email, especially if you're starting out, is annoying. It's just you need domains, you need technology, you need to have 25 email accounts, you need a lot of stuff. You need to use Instantly, Zoho, all the stuff you need to put together in order to get the cold emails at this scale working. Okay, so you could just hire someone. So it's just going to cost you money. It's going to be time intensive. And again, you need domains, technology, and money. So that gets annoying, but the scalability is very high. Use Apollo.io, use D7 Lead Finder, get a list of leads, and just throw it into the system. You'll have, I personally just send 2 emails with no links or anything, because if they don't want it by the second time, they're probably not going to get back to you, right? And I don't want to lower my email score. Just have a template. You can use AI to personalize each email as well as it's sent out, and then go from there. So cold email is great. It just costs money. Last but not least, we have organic content. And I highly recommend that in 2024, you're not scared of putting your face out there. You're not scared of putting your brand out there. And you're not scared of telling people what you know. Because even me, like all this time, I've had all this information and I've kept it to myself. And then I'll get in these rooms with these great people and I'm telling this, and they're like, damn, man, that shit is so smart and it's amazing. And I'm like, wow. So I truly do have all this good, useful information that people of value want to hear about, want to know about. And I've been keeping it to myself. So if you're not putting out organic content, you truly are doing a disservice to yourself. And I mean that in every way, because this content is here today. It's here tomorrow. 10 years from now, as long as YouTube is up, this video is going to be here, and that can still get me a client. As long as I'm providing value, it's a great way to get clients. And also, like I said, the more content that you have out there that provides value, it's just going to make it so much easier by the time you hop on the call with them. They already know what you're selling. They already know how the mechanism works. They already know how you're going to take them from A to Z. The only thing that they have to do is hand you their credit card information. I'm telling you, it makes sales not even sales anymore. For speed to results, I'll put it at a medium to slow. That is the main reason why no one gets started on organic content. I'd say it takes at least 90 days for you to start making a good amount of money through content. But again, the best time to plant the seed is yesterday. The second best time is today. So just get started. It's never too late to start putting out content and, reaping the benefits from it. How many videos or articles or whatever do you want to put out there? At least one per week, bare minimum. but obviously I recommend more. If you could put out 3 a day, that's great. But one per week on YouTube, or three videos a week is even better. And if you're posting on YouTube, you can go ahead and use tools such as I think it's like Opus Clips or Opus Pro, whatever, OPUS Pro, and then take your long form videos, chop it up into shorts utilizing AI, and put it on all those other social medias, as on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, things of that nature. The best part about creating content, it's free, right? You guys have been in school, you guys have been in college. If you guys graduated, be honest with me, what did you do when you had an article due? Probably went to Wikipedia, you probably went to the bottom, and you probably just clicked on each of those websites and got a little bit of information from those websites and just repurposed it. That's truly all you ever do, right? And there's no one out here that's really reinventing the wheel. Everything is out there already. Just make sure the things that you know, people are hearing it coming from your mouth, okay? Difficulty to meetings. At first, it's slow. Again, it's very slow, probably for the first 90 days of you doing content. But when it rains, it pours, right? 50 meetings a month is easy after a while. Some of the limitations that you may have is it's very slow to get momentum. Again, you start off slow. It's like that building a snowball. You start off slow, but as it gets bigger, it gets so much easier. You get a lot more traction. The ball's going to be rolling down the hill faster and everything. Also, it takes you time, right? This video alone is 20 minutes. It also took me, 20, 40 minutes to make all this, put it together, and things like that. Just finding what to talk about, or what content to put out, random stuff like that. But again, the scalability is high. The videos that you make today are going to be here tomorrow, and they're going to be here the day after that. So go ahead, post videos on YouTube, post articles on LinkedIn, write on Twitter, right? Make content on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, put it on Snapchat. You know what I mean? Make sure you're being known, because the people who are making more money than you, they're just more known than you. They're not smarter than you. They're not better than you. They're not doing anything newer than you. They're literally just known more, okay? So really quickly, I hope I wasn't rambling too much. I just want to go a bit more in depth about acquisition methods and what you could do and what's the best way for you, okay? If you have $1,500, $2,000, get into paid ads. If you have zero, cold call, cold DM, send out some emails, man. Do whatever you have to do to get your face, your brand in front of people. That's the name of the game. Getting your face, your brand in front of people. That's all it boils down to. Go to the mountaintops and shout, and let everybody know that you are here and you know what you're doing and you're the man or the woman for the job who could take someone from A to Z. Okay? So really quickly, my name is Yannick Martin. If you were someone who's watched this video all the way to the end, I would really appreciate if you could comment, subscribe, share this video to anyone that needs help. And also join the Discord community, man, because the more people who are asking questions, the more I'm able to help out. Thank you very much, and get those clients, man. I appreciate that.